guys, Chloe here. Welcome back to the channel. And I just got back from school. Hello, hey, y'all. Come here, come here. Who's happy? Yes. You missed me. Did you miss me? We'll get snack. We can go eat popcorn in my room. So I'm grabbing a snack and heading up to my room. So after I vlog, a little short story time for today, I can watch YouTube and watch Cheetos. Okay, so yes, I just changed and my room is a mess. Oh my gosh. I've been watching a lot of vlogs and stuff on YouTube and different people doing like story times and stuff. And oh, my nails are a wreck. And so I've been watching those and I'm thinking, well, I don't really have an interesting story about like the ones I was watching about stuff like people being stalked and stuff, and I'm like, well, I don't really have an interesting story like that. But then again, I sort of do. So that's what I'm going to be telling you. Okay, so this is back when I lived in my old neighborhood with my friend Rebecca, and we were best friends. And she always would talk about, not always, but sometimes when the topic came up, she'd talk about this thing that happened in her old neighborhood. And what the neighborhood people call it, she lived in this apartment complex for like 2 months before she moved to my neighborhood, my old neighborhood. But she lived in this apartment complex, and there were these group of people, and they called them the A-team. Like, the people who lived in the neighborhood called them the A-team. And what would happen with this A-team is that they would, like, mark on trees behind people's houses, or, like, what else would they do? They would, mess up like forts that were built. Like Rebecca built like Rebecca and her friends like built a whole big fort place. I'll have to get her over sometime to tell you all about this. But she built like this whole big fort place. And the next day, the whole fort was turned down. Like, it was actually wood, and the people came over there and tore it down. And there was a note left there that just had the letter A on it. And then one time they stole her bow and arrow. So yeah. And the story I'm going to tell you all about today, there's actually sort of two stories. So my first story is the Slider Miner story. Like, why would you do that though? So the first one is about this tree, alright? So it's this newish tree. It's about 2 or 3 years old, and it's growing on this place behind one of our neighbor's houses who has a fenced-in gate. But we called it Peace Mountain just because it was so peaceful, and we have creative minds. But we called this place Peace Mountain, so my wall looks pink and gray. I don't know what's happening with the lighting today. So we called this place Peace Mountain, and so all the time we'd go up to Peace Mountain. So one day I woke up and it was just a bright morning, and I go up there and every limb is torn off the tree. Like, it's not like people came over there and cut it, alright? You can see where the branches were just torn. So that kind of weirded me out a little bit because I have no idea who knows that we're up there. I mean, I know Rebecca wouldn't do it, and my other neighbors wouldn't do it either, because that's before we got in a big fight. I'll tell you all about that in a different story time. But, that's before we got in a big fight with them. So, they wouldn't have done it either because they equally like the tree as much as us, and no one else knows about us being up there. And I would have heard like their voices, because I know what their voices sound like. And this must have been at nighttime when no one's outside. So there was this really shady apartment place behind where I lived, and y'all know it just wasn't good there. I never really went over to it. My mom wouldn't allow me to because it was so shady and possibly dangerous. So that happened. And then the next, well, no, hold on. First, before that, there's another story I have. And people like put tape all around the tree limbs before they were ripped off. Just all around the tree limbs, and it took like us hours to pick that stuff off. Just tiny pieces of tape. Not tiny pieces of tape, like that Scotch tape. They wrapped it around one limb, go to the next, wrapped it around another, and like circled the tree sorta. And this last story that I have is probably the creepiest. So I'm over with my friend Rebecca. This also happened like to, the Peace Mountain is like shaped like this. It goes up and kind of is flat up there, and then yeah. So we're on like this side of Peace Mountain where the road is to the creepy apartments. So we're over there, and we have these little recorders because we're in 3rd grade, and we just think we're awesome at playing recorders. We used to play like Kumbaya on our recorders. So we were down there and we were playing our recorders. And we played one noise on our, like, I don't know what I was doing. We were just taking a break. Rebecca was doing something like clearing her throat so she could play. And so I just really loudly like blew into my recorder. And if y'all have recorders, y'all know what it sounds like. It's not very pleasant. So I blew into my recorder. And this is a place where we're at a point where nothing can echo off because all there is trees, so the sound waves wouldn't be able to bounce off that. And buildings are like, I don't know, 100 feet from us, so we weren't going to hear that. So I blow into it as hard as I can. And very faintly, very far away, I hear this, not the same whistle, but a different whistle. Like very far distance. So I'm like, oh my gosh, Becca, did you hear that? And she goes, no. What happened? So I blow at it again, and then very faintly, it comes back. We hear it again. So at this point, I'm like seriously freaked out because that is really weird that happened. And we had no one else in that neighborhood that would have a recorder. So that was really, really weird. Okay, so here's my story. We were behind Rebecca's house, okay? And there's this like little Fort Bushel area behind her house, and every day we'd like go into it. And one day I forgot what it said on the note. Like, I don't have pictures of it or anything, but there's this note laying outside the fort, and I forgot what it said on it, but it was definitely some sort of communication. I'm not saying it's like a foreign alien language. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying it had some sort of communication on it, but I forgot what it says. Like, it probably said hi or something, which is kind of weird. Nothing else really happened that much, but there was a lot of weird stuff in that neighborhood. So, yeah. It was scary, y'all. It was kind of scary to live in the neighborhood. Like, we'd hear the cars in the neighborhood, like, they go by so loud and they go so fast. And then sometimes we'd like hear popping noises, and that was kind of weird. And people, trust me, people in this neighborhood would break into cars. So we have this neighbor that lived down the street from us. And he would like sometimes he wouldn't have to, but he would want to. He'd patrol the neighborhood with a gun and a flashlight. Like, that's how scary this was. Now I live in a different neighborhood, and I don't believe it is as dangerous, but it's probably just like people probably are breaking into cars in this neighborhood, but not that I've heard of so far. So guys, I don't know if I seem like the person to y'all that would be doing this sport, but I play lacrosse. So I got my ponytail. Okay, it looks really weird with a ponytail. I'm so used to my hair flaring. And I'm heading to lacrosse practice, so let's go. guy is. Udamus. We are at the park.
Liam and Heather are going to be walking the track.
Okay, yeah. At the magical park where so many people are here to do sports. I've seen baseball players and lacrosse players, and I saw soccer. So I am walking to the cotton from lacrosse with my mom. The lights are so bright. Hi guys, Chloe here. I hope you enjoyed that video so much, and just to let you know, I actually filmed that video yesterday. Today's Wednesday, and today's Tuesday and yesterday was Wednesday. I just didn't really feel like doing a vlog today, but I hope you like this video. Please like this video and subscribe. My social media will be linked in the comments below, such as Snapchat, Instagram, and Musical.ly, because yeah, I need more followers on that. Also notice that my vlog is longer. I finally got the premium to where I don't have to do my vlogs and do parts every day. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.